Hello everyone and welcome back to our artist series for Light the North. My name is Darren and this is episode 2 and today I'm being joined by Louise. So Louise, great to have you here today. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Good, enjoying lockdown life here?
Yeah, no, it's all good. Still being creative, so it's okay.
Brilliant. So whereabouts are you based, Louise, anyway?
I'm based in Dundee and generally in a studio in Wasp Studios. It's a great kind of community of people here in Dundee.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, we were talking to Blair yesterday, who's also in a Dundee. So, it sounds like a great sort of creative, collaborative community down there. So do you want to just tell everyone just a bit more about yourself and your artwork as well, just generally?
Cool. So I suppose I'm a designer. More of a designer than an artist. My background is about print, and I've come back from a background of like printed textiles, but I've graduated about 20 years ago, so that's kind of developed and changed through the years. But the thing that runs through my work is about having this sense of place. So everything that I do, it really is about capturing that place. I'm known for doing a collection called Dundee Delights in Dundee, and that is all about that kind of positivity, Dundee and all our landmarks, and it's really quite bright and clashy, the colours. But then I do much more kind of, how would I call it, sophisticated work. How would I describe it as being kind of much more kind of calm? It really depends on the client, the space, and just really that kind of site-specific thing. So it kind of changes, but there's lots of print and pattern within my work.
Awesome. So lots of little details to get involved in your work.
Lots of movement and colour, and certainly some repeated patterns seem to kind of keep coming through year on year.
Won't go away. That's right. So is this your first trail that you've been involved in? Because obviously Wild and Art have done trails all across the world, and Dundee in particular seems to be a hotspot for trails.
No, this is not my first one. I did the Maggie's Penguin Parade, and my penguin was called Provincial Penguin, which was all about the local foods about the tourists would get here in Dundee. So there was like Dundee cakes, Dundee marmalade and shortbread and salmon and all that kind of thing. So, and then I've also done one of the Urwilly Big Bucket Trail ones. That was actually up in Aberdeen. That was it was really bright yellow with big love hearts all over it, and it was our big-hearted lad, but that was more about being inspired by what the character was about, and that kind of that cheeky charm. Everybody loves them. So that was the two that I've done before.
Brilliant. So people might recognize that when they're out in the trail, like, oh, so I collected many of your sculptures in the past and continuing on. That's great. So when obviously Urwilly and the penguin are vastly different shapes, so how did a 2.5 meter tall lighthouse compare?
It was quite interesting even worrying about getting it into the building, because Wasp Studios is like an old jute mill. We were really worried that it wasn't going to get up in the lift, and but it did. The magic, it all happened. It was great. It was a really good shape to work on, because it's so simple, and compared to the Urwilly, which was really difficult with all the nooks and crannies and elbows. It was actually a lovely shape to paint. And it obviously being tall, I had to use step ladders and things. So
I know. I was hearing yesterday about painting under armpits of Urwilly and things like that. Things that I never really thought about when I saw them on the trail. But you get proper insight.
And really awkward positions. It was like you were doing some unusual yoga positions, sort of getting underneath them. But, the lighthouse was joyous to paint.
That's good. And so when you're painting like this, did the shape, the curves, did that sort of play into your design or how you approach the project?
Yes, without saying too much what's on it.
Sure.
I wanted, because of the lighthouse, I wanted it to work as you'd walk around,
awesome.
To give it that feeling how you would think about using that 3-dimensional shape. And so I definitely considered the shape of the lighthouse to the design.
Well, that's great. And we don't want to give too much away. So I'm like, is there if you were to describe, what do you want people to feel when they look at your lighthouse automatically? That might be as much of a clue as we can give them.
How do I want them to feel? I want them to feel, I guess, like I suppose that tells you what it's like. I want them to feel I'll say a sense of place, because that's really, I guess that's what my work's all about. And I think when I was designing this one in particular, I really wanted the idea of a sense of place, that it was out in the sea. So that might give it away. So it's out in the sea, and it's in its kind of true space. But but I think that's all I can say.
That's exciting. I know. I can't wait to. I feel like in a privileged position, but also not, because I know what the designs are look like on paper, but seeing them in real life is just a different prospect altogether. It's so exciting. So, So how has, I mean, this trail has brought with it many challenges out with our control. So how has all the extra challenges, how's it been working on the North Trail in comparison to others as well?
I think it was fine, because I was one of the people who finished it quite early. So mine's when they got delivered fine, I was able to use the studio. So for me, actually, it has been, I guess it's been okay for me. I had mine's has been sent back to you before Christmas. So
that's good. On the top marks list there, and it's probably a good thing. It's a good life lesson. Get things done as soon as you can, and because you never know what's going to happen. It could be a pandemic.
I know, and I like to know things are ticked off, because you don't know what other projects are coming up, or other commissions you've got to layer in. So so it's all finished.
That's brilliant. So you've obviously done a few trails now. So what keeps bringing you back as an artist to these kind of trails?
I think I really love seeing my designs on lots of different surfaces. I know I've come from a printed textile background, so it could be fabric, but with all my designs, it's about seeing them on everything from aeroplanes to cars to penguins to willies to lighthouses to so it's about being able to see how it looks and changes, like how print and the patterns and that change on the different surfaces. I love it, and it's a good challenge as well. Because it's kind of it has to get you thinking in a different way. So I really enjoy it.
Awesome. And obviously this trail is for Clan Cancer Support, based in sort of northeast of Scotland and the Northern Isles as well. So how's it been? Does that play into your mind when you're thinking about your design, about what your artwork can do for a charity like Clan?
I think it's just about creating something positive that people want to see, to encourage people to do the trail. I guess highlights the charity, that hopefully helps roll more money into them so they can do more things. And especially for children, I think been able to do charities for children is it's a great cause.
Brilliant. One thing we're chatting in our last episode of this. Obviously, we're all sort of picking up some new hobbies and things like that. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm quite keen, and I feel like by the end of talking to all the artists on the trail, I should have some sort of artistic ability. So to a complete new person, somebody who has never picked up a pencil or paintbrush before, what would be your first top tip? What would be your main tip to people who are just starting out in art at any age? Because my ability is probably age 2.5 right now.
I think it's about not worrying about it and not being too worried about what the end result is. Just play and enjoy yourself. Experiment, like try different materials, see which ones that you like best, from watercolors to pastels to whatever you want to try, and just kind of find what fits and what you enjoy most. Just go for it. Just go for it, and don't worry about the blank pages. Get rid of that quickly. Just kind of and actually just be like just be really not precious about stuff. Even just doodling on post-it notes, or like it doesn't have to be this canvas, this kind of like thing. It's just do stuff on anything that's available. Back at envelopes, anything.
Awesome. I feel like I'm gonna have to start designing and send them for marking at the end of this.
I'll give you a challenge then, Darren. If you, I want you to send me something by the end of next week to show me that you've done something.
I shouldn't have mentioned it. I will take you up that challenge, and to prove it, hopefully by the time this comes out, I will put it up at the end. My age, Darren, age 30, did this. Challenge accepted. I'm going to give it a bash, and I'm going to try something. I might take inspiration from a lighthouse and see where I can get to, and then say thankfully we got proper artists to do the design of the real lighthouses.
No, well, everyone's creative. It's no, everyone's creative. So just do it. Yeah.
Brilliant. And so hopefully restrictions are, so we've now got our new date at the start of August for the trail. So fingers crossed it's all going to go ahead. So restriction on, are you going to be coming up to do the trail yourself? Are you going to come to Aberdeen and the Northeast and things?
Yeah, definitely. It's a good, for me, it's a really good excuse to come and see other places. Because that's why I came up to see my Ur Willie in Aberdeen. That's the last time I was in Aberdeen. So yeah, I'd quite like to see where they're going to be all plotted. And make a little journey so I can get to see quite a few of them.
Yeah, it's part of the challenge. I think this time it's the first time that we've been into smaller communities. I think it matches Clan's footprint in the different communities. So instead of just being city centre, we're in likes of Deeside, Moray, and for the first time I think for Wild and Art Trail out to Orkney and Shetland as well. So we've certainly made it challenging for you to try and capture some of the other ones, but you just know some of the great ones are going to make you want to travel as well. So, but you could find a new favorite place at the same time.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be good. Yeah, be really good. And for me, being in Dundee, it's not too far away. Like it's achievable. So.
Yeah, not too far down. And hopefully we can have like little trips back and forth soon. Anyway, that'd be lovely. I'm a fan of going down to Dundee as well, so it'd be nice to sort of come up and down as we please soon. So this year is this the main thing you're sort of looking forward to here, or is there any other exciting things where the general public can see your artwork in the course of this year?
So just at the end of 2020, where are we? Which year are we in now? The end of 2020, I just did a 4-meter not street art piece. So it covered the doors, a concertina doors of Scrap Antics. So that is in the bottom of the building here at Wasps. And Scrap Antics are, they kind of sell lots of recycled stuff and things that artists use and other people use, and just kind of like that really good eco thing. And they wanted to have some artists decorate their doors. Amazing. So I did one of their doors, and it's really, so I've done this really colourful door, and it's because it's on a concertina, there's that kind of juxtaposition. So I've played with the sort of patterns, and that echoes what their shop's about. So in Dundee, you can see that there. There's some new stuff coming up, but I'm not going to talk about that yet. And like my penguin actually is still in, so it got bought by the people who have Duke Cafe in the DCA.
Oh, great.
So it's really nice that actually I can still see my penguin from the Magnus Penguin Parade. So you can see that out and about when that is open again. And I suppose things are in shops, and I sell in kind of local shops and things like that.
Brilliant. And one of our roundup questions. So why should people go? So I'm just general public. Why should I go and do the trail? What's so exciting about it?
I just think it just gets you to explore places in a new way, and it gives you that kind of like an end goal. It's like usually for me when I'm going for a walk or something, it's like that. Oh, where can I get a cup of coffee? But like for me, it's like for something like a trail, it's like, oh, we're going to get to see number 22 and 33, or so you can make that little plus. So it gives you a little route and a journey to go. And they're always so like inspiring. You never like, you're usually like, oh, wow, how did somebody create that? And that's so different from what I would have done or other people. It's just like you see so many different variations, and they're so creative. I think it's definitely worth going to see.
Brilliant. I know it's exciting, and the spoilers I've gotten just being part of the trail, to see everyone's got the same just outline of a lighthouse and roughly the same theme, because it's a lighthouse in Scotland, but to see all the different designs we've had through has just been absolutely incredible. And I think it's going to be, I'm going to be biased, but I think it's going to be one of the best trails yet for sure. But so for those that we can see your artwork anyway, where can they see your stuff online? What's your website, and can you follow you on Instagram or Facebook?
Yep. So my website is louisekirby.com, and I've got a whole range of projects on there, from public art to illustration to Etsy shop links and that type of thing. And then I'm on all social media. So I'm on Instagram. I've got 2 profiles on Instagram. I've got Dundee Delights, which is specifically my Dundee Delights collection. And then I've got Louise Kirby Design. Louise Kirby Design, which is a kind of more about like lots of projects that I kind of work on. And then I'm on Facebook as well as Louise Kirby Design, and then Twitter as well. Louise Kirby _, I think, something like that. So
we'll put the links in below so you don't test your knowledge anymore. You passed. It's fine. Yeah. Brilliant. No, that sounds great, and good that people can sort of get a vibe anyway for your artwork, and start to fall in love with it before they see it out on the trail. But that sounds amazing, and it's so good to speak to you today. It's nice to see a fellow human, even if it is via Zoom. So thank you so much for taking the time today, Louise. It's been absolutely great having you on and getting a tiny bit of information about your lighthouse. So it's been really good. Thank you so much.
Cool. Thank you for having me.
Brilliant. And that's it for our second episode. So thanks again to Louise. We'll leave all the social links below. You never know, I might put on what my design for Louise is by the end of this. On the end of this video here, I might send it to Louise first for a markup and then go from there. But thanks again for everyone watching and for following along with the trail, and we cannot wait to bring it to you later this year. Thanks again.